Good afternoon, my dear viewer. Welcome to today's news, Younib at 1. My name is Elias, Muchina. And to start us off, 3 weeks after the inauguration of the new National Medical Insurance Scheme, patients continue to report difficulties interacting with the system. Patients are claiming having to pay hospital expenses out of pocket due to a broken claim processing system. Private and faith-based hospitals are battling to stay simply because to a significant debt by the outgoing NHIF.
We came in with a much expectation that we get some help from it, but we were told that it has to be perhaps a referral from a various level 3 hospital, and this is a level 4 hospital. So when we got to the level 3 hospital, we cannot get even the simple tests. So we had to come and pay for cash. We paid for 7,800 for the first test, then the subsequent testing.
Get service here under SHA or a shift, you must get referred. But you will find that many patients are walking in because the level 2s and level 3s are at a distance. So the patients who are coming here, they are paying cash. They are forced to do it because they don't have any referral system from wherever they are coming from. They are just walk-ins, so they cannot use the SHA platform to have them get services unless there are emergencies. We have submitted up to 7 prioritizations of maternity cases where we are trying to see whether the claims can go through. And the system has challenges in terms of prioritization because we do not have prioritization forms yet from SHA. So we do not know when we are doing this prioritization which forms we are going to use because we have not been submitted some.
Mbeleni walituambia tunalipa 300 watu wa chini kama sisi, lakini saa hii ninaambiwa ninalipa 750. Nikajaribu tena ya mzee akasema ni 1030. Sasa hii maneno ya SHA imetusumbua, haitusaidia hata kwa outpatient.
Juu SHA sijui NHIF. Sasa tunaambia tulipe cash na hatuna pesa. Hii SHA sijui vile naingiza kwa watoto, naingiza na ameweka limit hadi watoto 3 na wengine tunaweka wapi?
Dialysis tumekuwa tukifanyiwa bila malipo, lakini wakati ameugua sasa tumepelekwa kwa casualty, tumeambiwa tulipe 86 ndio waanze kufanya processes ya abo outpatient, si outpatient, casualty.
Huwa tunachukua hapa na clinic huwa tunakuja hapa, lakini tunafika saa hii tunaambiwa hakuna hiyo dawa mpaka ulipie hiyo dawa. Pengine ulaswe kwa ward ndio upate hiyo facilities, utumie hiyo SHA. Lakini kama wewe ni outpatient lazima utumie mambo ya cash.
On to other stories, the resident and business owners in the Eastleigh region banded together today to seek justice for 2 ladies and a girl who were killed by unknown people and abandoned in Nairobi and Machakos counties. The 3 members of the same family resident in Eastleigh have threatened to hold more protests in the case remains unsolved, citing a pattern of murders involving women and girls.
Yeah, tunasikia hiyo pain. Next time hatujui ni nani, ni mimi ama wengine wetu. So tunatujitokeza na kuambia wengine tukue tahadhari na pia tujulikane, tunataka kujua tu anything penye walitoka.
Hatutalala na hatutachoka kama hatutapata matokeo ile itaturidhisha. Kila wiki tutafunga soko hii na tutafanya maandamano.
Hii mambo ya watu kushikwa na potea. Sisi tulisema rais wetu alitupromise itaisha, na bado saa hii tunaona imerudi.
Tunataka serikali iongeze harakati za usalama na amani katika mitaa yetu. Tuone polisi zaidi, tuone serikali ikiwa inawashughulikia wananchi.
Tunataka tupate taarifa rasmi kutoka kwa polisi. Idara ya polisi na ujasusi ituelezee ni nini kimewatendekea hawa dada zetu na ni kina nani ambao walihusika kwa mauaji haya ya kikatili.
Police in Siaya County are investigating the death of Willis Oyeko, the top manager of a security firm. His mangled body was discovered in a stream on Wednesday. Willis was last seen at a burial in Muchina village, Siaya, last Thursday. His family suspected he was abducted at 10 p.m. The victim was killed on Friday and his body was dumped near the Siaya intersection in Kakamega County.
Who is this? That is our question. Who is this who wanted Willis dead? What a mighty man who can dismember my brother, cut parts as a sign that we have done the job. How much was he paying? Because the type of murder my brother has gone through, a painful, brutal murder that I have never seen. I have lived on this earth. Now what we are doing, we are removing the body of my brother to leave funeral home. The officers had come from Nairobi. Now what they are doing, they are preparing the body to put in a new bag, body bag to take to leave funeral home. The rest of the things you will hear as time comes.
The High Court denied the state's plea for an additional 2 days for official pathologist Dr. Johannesson Odro to give the post-mortem report for Yusuf Ahmed, a member of the Wajir County Assembly. According to Justice Alexander Muteti, the state failed to provide acceptable reason for the extension, despite the fact that the family's pathologist had previously obtained a DNA report indicating that the body was not that of the missing MCA.
The state, on the other hand, has applied for 2 days to enable them, to enable the government pathologists complete the test. We have not been told what are the difficulties that the chief government pathologist has encountered.
On behalf of the family, I delivered the samples to KEMRI. They have a special lab for human identification, and our results came in by the end of yesterday. The conclusion is that the body we had conducted the autopsy was not the body of Mheshimiwa Yusuf.
The state has had ample time to respond to the application. Thus, the request for 2 days is not reasonable and is hereby rejected.
We are putting the government on notice that if they did not bring the results simply because they want to cook the results, we have already the results from KEMRI that are conclusive that Mheshimiwa is not the body that was there.
Anyone has even an iota of evidence of his wrongdoing, this is where they should bring him. Forceful disappearances have no place in modern day Kenya.
And I'm saying this today, that Yusuf is in the hands of the security apparatus, and the abductors are none other than the government security agencies. You know yourselves, there's nothing to fear.
Kenya's inaugural Anti-Financial Crime Summit, attended by local and international specialists, aims to enhance the country's financial system and combat money laundering and terrorist financing. Here is the story.
We do know that in Africa, the UNODC did report that Africa loses $50 billion a year to illicit financial flows. So those are the numbers that we're working with. They're quite significant for developing economies like ours, and we really have to do something urgently.
The implications are such that you put a risk premium on the country. So FDI inflows to Kenya will be less because people see you as not adhering to good financial management principles.
So long as Kenya remains on the grey list, we remain a high-risk country, we remain a very costly location to do business, we remain a location that is very vulnerable to criminal elements, being terrorists, being proliferators of weapons of mass destruction, and the bigger one for us today is money laundering.
The government manages or controls these malpractices through institutions which are peopled by individuals. And unless our frame of reference becomes Kenya, our frame of reference becomes our neighbor, our frame of reference becomes the over 1 million youth we are releasing into the job market every year, these problems will always be there.
3 persons, including 2 minors, were attacked and beaten by an identified wild animal in Murarandia Ward, Keharo, Murang'a County. The event occurred yesterday as the animal roamed from village to village, biting people 3 times in total. A hyena assault was reported, but residents were unable to identify the animal, which bit victims and fled before being killed by a 50-year-old man who fought with it.
Tulikuwa ranji pale tulikuwa tunafanya kazi. Saa hizo za ranji watoto walikuwa wanadanisha kwenda makwao. Tukasikia duru. Tuliposikia duru tukateremka na huko chini. Tukakuta mtoto amekuliwa na mnyama ambaye hatukujua. Saa hizo tukafuatana nayo ikaenda kwa kichaka. Tukaona hatuwezi nishikia. Tukapanda juu ili tushikue barabara ya kumpeleka hospitali. Tulipokuwa tukipeleka hospitali tukakutana nayo. Tulipokutana nayo ikanifuata, ikanikibiza. Juu nilikuwa napaga, nikaigeukia, nikaikata mara moja. Ikanirukia kichwa. Baadaye nikaiweza, nikaikatakata, nikaiua.
Tulikuwa nyumbani na wao walikuwa kwa shamba, tukasikia wakipiga duru. Tukateremka. Tukakutana nao wakiwa na damu. Sasa ndio tunachukua tukiwapeleka hospitali, tukakutana na huyo mnyama tena. Hiyo mnyama ikauma mzee mmoja tulikuwa na yeye tena akapelekwa hospitali.
Mama mtoto alikuwa anakamua ng'ombe na mimi nilikuwa natashiririsha majani ya ng'ombe. Pale ndipo nilisikia mtoto anapiga duru. Karibu sana na mahali nilikuwa nakatia ng'ombe majani. Mimi nilitoka bio kushuhudia kwa ubali kidogo, nikaona kuna mnyama anang'ang'ana na mtoto. Hapo nilikimbia kujaribu kuokoa mtoto. Kabla ya kuokoa mtoto akanirukia. Nikashindwa na kukata huyu mnyama. Lakini mwenyewe mnyama sio mbwa, ni kitu kubwa zaidi ya mbwa.
Tunaona wanyama ni wengi. Usiku wana shida wakilia. Asubuhi hata tunaogopa watoto wetu watakuwa wakienda shule namna gani. Kwa sababu huwa anaenda mapema. Tena vichaka ni mingi, kuna majani. Wanyama wanaweza kuwa wamejificha huko kwa majani. So tunaomba serikali itusaidie, ijue hawa ni wanyama wametoka wapi, kama ni huko Abadea ijulikane wanaingilia wapi kuja kukaa kwa kazi.
The Ministry of Education has been challenged to properly implement the competency-based curriculum policy to guarantee learners receive the full advantage of the education system. According to the National Assembly Committee on Education, the implementation of the CBC system has resulted in disfranchising of learners in public schools that lack enough government studies and infrastructure.
The resolution to ensure every single primary school in the Republic of Kenya must have junior secondary school is not being implemented by the ministry. It's a concern because this is something we passed as a National Assembly, and anything that is passed by the National Assembly is not just passed in vain. It is passed so that it can be implemented by the respective ministries or state departments. In terms of structures, the laboratories which are required are not there in most of our constituencies. In my constituency, we don't have laboratories for junior secondary schools. The teaching aids are not there. It pains me too much to run that we are implementing a curriculum without the required resources.
I come from a constituency where we don't have electricity in 26 public primary institutions that are housing JS classes. Because you remember CBC, of course, there's the issue of ICT and under the CBC program. What are you doing as a ministry?
Until we get a policy document from the Ministry of Education on what a comprehensive school is, about the JSS, how are we to align that staffing norm? Because it's only then that, you see, like you are talking about the pathways, we have been changing the subjects now and then. TSC has to be properly guided, because when we come up with the staffing norm, it involves money.
The ministry approach in implementation of the competence-based curriculum is guided by key policies, and notably what really guides us is the basic education curriculum framework of 2017. I would want to mention, Chair, that this is the first time while implementing this curriculum that the curriculum framework was done.
That framework, the ministry says, has also been subjected to changes from time to time.
There was need for us to rationalize the number of learning areas and curriculum design in terms of scope, integration of subjects within a learning area, gaps and content overloads, and overlaps in basic education.
Come to the end of our news today. My name is Elias Muchina. Do have yourself a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend. Goodbye.